try as they might, there's no comeback today for Heroic. It will be mousesports to take map 1, but we're going to see if Heroic can make the reverse sweep and bring it back to a 1-1 scoreline going into Mirage. John Allen, predictions. Yours flew out the window for the previous map.
Yeah, I mean, on Mirage, I'm pretty confident in mousesports. Heroic was the underdog in that, coming in as my prediction only because they were comfortable on Nuke. But on Mirage, I'm pretty sure mousesports should just be able to run away with this one.
Yeah, again, I mean, statistically, this is a better map for Heroic, but again, inflated stats. This is a team that plays a lot of open qualifiers. They don't always get direct invites to big events. So, yeah, nothing really special to say about that, at least off statistics on this map. Obviously, we know that Nuke is a very good one for them. I don't know what happened earlier on, at least on their T side. But going into Mirage, this isn't a map that Heroic are known for playing. This is just a good map for them. And the same for mousesports again. So coming into this one in terms of map pool, it's equal ground, and considering mousesports took it away on a map that was supposed to be everything pointing against them, just shows that they have the potential to 2-0 this series. And considering they're currently sitting at 13th place in EPL this season, that's going to be a nice big boost.
Yeah, they're really going to be looking to just pad out those ratios and make sure they work their way up the table. And let's take a look at the odds. Actually, pretty close. Actually, closer than I was gonna be expecting here. I was thinking more along the lines of like a 1.4 to 3 setup, but I don't know. I guess Betway knows something I don't.
Well, I mean, you say that. We've been seeing how Betway have been doing on some of these odds. We've been seeing some interesting choices.
I would have to say they've been getting their statistics right, but maybe just overshooting the mark in terms of how right they think they are. But
yeah, again, it's guesswork, right?
I don't really know a lot about betting and odds, so they are the experts. I'll refer to them in their infinite wisdom. But yeah, underway we are, mousesports versus Heroic here on Mirage. Mousesports set up to take this one home. They did just come off the victory, very, very close down to the wire, but here they're going to go onto Mirage on A.
Yeah, fast play. Smoke missing the jungle, and Oscar actually just going to push on through. Modi in CT spawn smoked off himself, and we've got double pushed up towards this jungle area. Yugi not going to expect such presence here for mousesports. It's going to be very hard to get back in through that window. Probably should wrap CT, but that's exactly where mousesports have given up control. They've just fallen back. The bomb's planted open, so they're not in a position where they need to pressure CT because they know they can cut off the jungle and connect to rotations. That's where their presence is. Rop's close, and now Heroic just filtered in towards a CT spawn. One by one, they're going to start to get decimated. Rops pushes up. He does die, but we still have the man advantage up for mousesports. However, maybe not for too long. Trades back and forth, and good shot from Oscar, but no one's on the bomb just yet. Modi has a kit to work with, but Oscar's just going in for the knife, and Stiko will clean it up. I like that setup for mousesports, right? It forces Heroic to go for the CT rotation, so it's really good to get that presence early on in jungle, and it just forces those guys into that complete firing line from all avenues of the A-bomb site.
Very, very nice. That A-site take was just a complete wipe for mousesports. They just dominated that entry, and Heroic were nowhere to be seen there. So maybe it's a sign of things to come. Maybe they're going to be looking to keep that pressure up. But Oscar opting for that scout, that's something don't normally see on this second round, but he's going to make it work as Yugi just falls straight down in that window. That Deagle doing not a speck of damage.
Yeah, good start for mousesports now. Playing things safe with the rifles is something I like to see. Again, we've seen a lot of teams lose these second round buys to the CZ75s. So it's dangerous. Got to be very careful with these buy-ups. I mean, earlier on we saw Leckrug pick up a 4K with a Deagle on the second round, shutting down Hellraisers on their rifle buy, but only one Deagle in sight. That's Nico. Hashtag aggression pushed up. He's not near the footsteps, turns around in time and drops Oscar. That's a weapon to take, but only a scout. Not exactly the best for the job, and they're just going to be able to hound on him here. CZ, he realizes this is a better gun, but it's too late. Stiko takes him down, and now just one by one, Heroic are going to start to fall.
mousesports claim the second round, only losing one and only losing the scout, so they probably would have been replacing that into this round anyway. Actually, well, maybe not, given that they know Heroic are going to be stuck on that low economy, so they might have wanted to keep that on board, but it's not going to matter too much. They do have some money to buy up, and I think they're looking at buying the AWP into the next round, because look at what Oscar's got. Yeah. He's only got that Deagle on board, ready and saving up for that big green gun, looking to counter Heroic on their buy. So they're just going to be set up for USPs. I'm imagining they're going to just put their pressure in one single place. I think they wanted to go mid, but they aren't going to be able to find anything. Oscar trying to rain down those Deagle shots, but it's not going to happen. A-site is just going to, yeah, they're just going to run out straight out of Palace. They know that there's mid aggression. They know that Oscar is going to go down, but only a Deagle means that they're not even going to be able to find much from it. So they're just going to fall back, and they're just going to run straight into the arms of mousesports as Sunny pushes up.
So weird to see 4 players push out of Palace on an anti-eco as well. of course, it makes sense in the sense that you can at least trade these kills if Heroic find anything, if they got aggressive in Palace, but yeah, it's just very rare to see that kind of setup. It does make a lot of sense, though, because obviously staying grouped and not allowing Heroic to run away with any guns if you do have that trade potential as mousesports going to start to look for exits. Need to be careful. Don't want to lose any guns to USPs. Again, they really gain nothing from getting these kills, and I think they've realized that as well, just deciding to fall on back, because aggression really isn't going to work out for these guys at the end of the day. Heroic saving all 5, so yeah, full USP save, not what you see every day. 10 players staying alive at the end of the round as well, so it doesn't necessarily matter, but I'm surprised, sorry, I'm dying. I'm surprised Heroic didn't push in a little bit more, knowing that mousesports didn't have SMGs, and knowing they couldn't build up money off of the AKs in the same way. Heroic could have gone and challenged those rifles, or at least tried to force them to go down with the bomb.
Yugi has been able to pick up this AWP here, as they do have enough money to sort of back themselves up. 3 M4s as well, but not a lot of utility, and where they opt to use that smoke and that those smokes and those the incendiary grenades, that's really going to matter as to how the round is going to flow. mousesports have everything at their disposal. Sticko actually stuck on that UMP, so looking for those unhelmeted opponents. It's going to be Estag and Yugi having that vulnerability, as well as Nico. Just trying to play it slow. mousesports looking for an entry, but it's just not really being presented to them at the moment. Heroic playing passive, playing far back and not really peeking those long angles means that mousesports don't get the ability to use that AWP that they were looking for.
Close position on ramp. Modi spots the shadow coming through, but Oscar will miss the shot. Tagged in the process, has to fall on back, but now we see mousesports sneaking out of ramp, and Modi, they know exactly where he is. He has to move from a position where he's not going to be cornered as the Molotov flies on in. He sits at the back of the box. Chris J opener, Modi in the flames, and he only makes it out with 1 kill. Trade instantly from Rops, and mousesports run wild over this A site, but with no smoke for the CT spawn, this leaves Estag in a dangerous position. He can get work done, but only 96 damage. Chris J makes it out by the skin of his teeth, and Yugi probably just looking to save.
Against 4 with an AWP, the retake almost impossible. No kit either, no utility, nothing to speak of. That AWP has way more value to Heroic than anything else does at this point in the round. mousesports have secured themselves the 4th, but it's just a matter of when are Heroic going to be able to put that round on the board. You'd imagine it's going to be coming in on round number 6 if they're able to go for the 5-1 scoreline, but you know, we saw mousesports run on that momentum before. Maybe they're going to be able to do it again. Maybe they're going to take that sort of 8-0 scoreline that we saw before.
That would be very worrying for Heroic if we saw that again, especially on T-side Mirage of all maps. Like, CT Nuke makes more sense, but even then it was a surprise because, again, you know, Nuke, Heroic, they have their T-side on lock, so I was so surprised to see mousesports have so much effect. Either way, 4-0, good start, and with 1 saved AWP, they shouldn't be buying up here at all. They can light invest, they can get pistols, they can get armor, but knowing 3,400 will be in their accounts next round, they don't want to drop below the 1,500 mark, really, if they want a full buy. As you can see, they sit around 2k majoritarily, and Yugi just sits on that AWP, trying to get a pick off into middle, goes aggressive, and he's just going to jump down underpass, actually. Smoke down, interesting. Sort of one-waying on the edge here, but no one's going to be in mid here for mousesports, just Nico holding passive.
Very, very close up with the CZ. They're actually surrounded pretty much on all sides for mousesports. So one wrong step for mousesports could result in a little bit of a niche that they could open up onto, but Chris J is going to make sure that they have their way out. They have some way of getting out of any sticky situations they opt to get themselves in. No damage done over onto mousesports either, and the B setup looks to come in strong. The fact that Chris J was there, though, they do have some sort of information as to where mousesports are looking to go, and with the utilities starting to go down on towards this B site, it's all going to be on Estag to hold this here.
Yugi's going to rotate him fast as well, so he might be able to strike. As Estag's down instantly, Chris J is close in the market, and Yugi just on the other side. Nico's still in the smoke, and Nico won't expect it as Nico gets 1, but traded initially. As Yugi now kept outside of the site, already going to fall back to the safety of CT spawn, as he doesn't want to go any further and bite off any more than he can chew. We'll be seeing mousesports pretty much guarantee their 5th round on the board. Rops finds a flank onto Modi, and Yugi, yeah, he just again wants to hold on to this guy. And if they exit towards CT, he can grab a couple of kills, but he shouldn't be hunting by any means because he wants to keep this AWP for the next round. Even if he dies, he can rebuy it, so it's not end of the world. But, you know, why risk it when you definitely can't win this round?
It's the same situation as last time. Able to get the frag off onto Oscar. Chris J goes for the face as well. Yugi able to find... Oh, not quite find the shot. Well, finds the shot, but not quite the kill. There we go. There's the shot, but there's the kill from Rops as well. So mousesports able to take that AWP out of the hands of Heroic. They do have the money, as you said, to just buy that back, but obviously better to save that on, and means that he doesn't have a helmet moving forwards, means that the rest of his team are going to be able to buy up with all that money. They have the utility, they have everything they need. The kits, though, looking woefully lacking for Heroic. Don't be a loser. Buy a diffuser.
Well, let's see if it comes back to haunt them already. Look at this triple mid setup. 3 players, 2 dropping, and Yugi supporting with the AWP. The flash goes in deep, and that allows this push. As mousesports don't know, but they have enough manpower to stop it. Sunny defends first, but S-Tag will trade back, and he still stands on full HP. With Yugi getting a pick on the A site, S-Tag can now fall back as Heroic can retain the man advantage. But this push out from Rops is dangerous. He doesn't realize Modi is sitting on the balcony behind him, and he'll pay the price. Goes down, and Heroic double down to a 4v2.
AWP in Oscar's hands, looking for the aggression that has stopped coming from mid. Now they've fallen back and sort of spread their forces yet again. Heroic going for that default 4-man hold. 1 up short, 1 towards B, 2 on A. So mousesports have to push up on B and get these frags, otherwise they're not really going to be able to open it up. It's really a tricky situation. I mean, 2v4s are always tricky, but I wouldn't put it past mousesports to be able to do this. 5-0 is the scoreline, and with that kill, pretty sure we're going to be seeing 5-1. It's just a matter of time, but that's a lot of stuff you can save there. I'm not too sure he wants to be going for this. A lot of money saved up on mousesports though, so maybe they're just looking to push in and, well, save the AWP. So there we go. That's what they were looking for. Trying to just keep that that rifle, that powerful sniper, in the hands of Oscar. There's a face coming in though. Who's going to win it? Check your angles, and you could be safe. He'll hear the scope.
He's definitely going to push this after the time if he gets the option to. S-Tag doesn't need to peek this, but there we go. He walks out into the open. Modi takes him down, and again, Heroic don't save the double AWP. Very rare to see them on that. I only like to see Yugi and the AWP on CT side, especially, and mousesports going to have the money to continue to buy up. So Oscar back on the AWP, rifles on everyone else as well. So mousesports still good on the money, and if they pick up this one, it's a reset. Even if they lose it, they get another buy anyway. So they have a couple of options here in terms of, you know, a reset or a 2-round delay before the reset, which would still kind of hurt Heroic, assuming they get damage done in this round as well. But Yugi, I like the position, pushed up, and he catches one, will be able to fall back. Molly down, but he stays too long, overstays his welcome, and Oscar returns the favor.
The shot means that A site is a lot more vulnerable now for Heroic. They do have the forces ready and waiting to sort of siege onto this position, drop those smokes and open up that A bomb site, but they do have a player to worry about in Palace. They still have Modi up there, and if they want to fall back and go for that rotate and push onto A, they will have the backstab coming in.
And this position's lethal because they're setting up smokes. He can actually stop this single-handedly. Stiko's still got the bomb in spawn, and they will not be expecting this as he runs with his knife out. Modi pushing through. There's one, but he doesn't know there's a player close. Oscar won't be able to trade, however, but Rops in middle catches out the rotation from short. Nico dead in the water, and mousesports now beginning to push onto this A bomb site. They hear the smoke come down from close. They know Snappy's there, but Modi may actually distract them. Now, this may make them overlook Snappy's position, knowing Modi's now on default. But as I say that, the bomb rotating anyway. Sunny's just holding these 2A rotations. There's one. Does he expect the second, though? That's the question. He's
still holding the angle. I think he knows something's up because, of course, they do know that there's another player somewhere else. Now, S-Tag on the short should be spotted out by Rops here. Doesn't win the trade, but that does give away his position, and Oscar is going to land the AWP shot. Now, last player left alive on A. Modi rotating away now as both mousesports players have pushed on towards this B site. Oscar holding from that kitchen position, and Modi looks to be choosing to save just on the A site.
Misses that jump, and that instantly just makes him reconsider his options. Does save the AWP, and they won't be hunting considering it's a 2v1. Doesn't want to take that risk. If one player moves off of the site and chases, and Modi, you know, comes in from the apartments later in the round and gets one kill, that's his round. So mousesports will hold on to it for now. 6-1. They find that reset. They crack Heroic. As you can see, the money on the CT side is not good. Obviously, they're going to force things down, and with the saved AWP thrown over to Yugi as well, we can get a bit of a buy. $1,400 coming into their accounts after this. So, yeah, we can see UMPs. We can see, I mean, can we even see a rifle? I don't think so. because Modi doesn't have enough to throw it over, and he's already got armor. The only other players with money are people like S-Tag, but you can't buy up a rifle with armor. So, yeah, it's an awkward spot.
Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry, that was
obviously Thermoses, but I don't count them as rifles. They are pea shooters.
If you land the headshots, they're not too terrible, but Snappy, I want to highlight this, he hasn't chimed into the game at all. 0 kills so far in his record. He has been sort of shut down at every turn, and, well, it looks like Sunny's almost shut down there as well. 5 HP left. Those Famouses doing plenty of damage, eh?
Well, a lot of peas will eventually kill you.
Only if you're allergic.
Can people be allergic to peas?
Probably. I mean, it's a legume. Like, does that mean you're allergic to everything else, like beans, like in general? Because
I mean, you're asking the person who asked you the question originally. I have absolutely no idea.
I'm just theorizing here, but
maybe our production can find out and feed it into our area. I think.
Yeah, that would be very useful. It would really feed into the quality of the cast and of the show as well. No.
Okay, apparently they're not going to let us know. Well, you know, don't worry, we'll fire them later. We're back into the game. 6-1, man down, and Sunny tagged up. mousesports not sitting pretty, but Chris J has found his way inside of the connector. If he can catch this player out on short, it can make the job easier. But Yugi's fallen back into the ladder room, so no option for him. As Oscar begins to push up on ramp, Modi's going to be spotted. He falls back into the waiting arms of Rops, but they surely won't expect this bait play from Snappy. And with everyone low, somehow Oscar hits the no-scope, but still 3 players tagged up for mousesports' side. Heroic are favoured into this. As the T's start to take control of the round, there's no utility left for Heroic to finish off the job, but they've got the guns.
Obviously, the communication not quite there as Yugi is still holding that AWP out, and the bomb gets planted, going for those shots. You don't need that much damage with the AWP. You only need to take 5 HP off and get that pistol out, my friend, because that's what's going to be saving you. They smoke off towards ramp. Player turns the corner, but there's Yugi with the AWP, able to close it out, and there we go. Heroic put their second round on the board, but they are at risk. They do not have a lot of money, and they could be just completely reset once again if mousesports put their best foot forward. They have the money to buy, and they have the resources to be able to take Heroic to justice here.
Yeah, again, the reset off the back of the reset for Heroic, sorry. So the pea shooters do work out, and as you say, money good for mousesports. So buy still coming through, but this is just the force buy wars until one team, well not force buy, but full buy wars until one team eventually runs out of cash, and then they have to go for the eco. Heroic pulling in the double AWP, a risky play onto the hands of Snappy, but we'll see if it works out. He's going to be sat on CT spawn as Yugi aggressive in apartments. Confidence on this man, but no one from mousesports to contend with it. The closest player is Chris J, and he's already walking down through lower mid. With the bomb splitting its way up through the top, and Rops just sat outside of ramp, mousesports looking to take heavy mid control. This isn't really an A split, this is kind of just take mid. If you can get picks towards A, then commit. If not, just push your way up short alternatively, and that's what they're doing. 3 players walking up, S-Tag on the other side, no B split, but Rops has already pulled his way off of the A. Bomb sites are looking to walk into B, and S-Tag down and out. Sunny finds a trade, but still Yugi remains strong, and he is exactly who you want on this B site for Heroic.
He's no longer there, though, as Oscar wipes him out. Nico misses the spray, and that gives Oscar a chance to reset with the AWP on towards the B-bomb site. He's just going to turn his attention to apartments, and Rops meets his maker. Snappy on the back line, finally getting something into this game, as Heroic now in a 1 versus 3. Oscar, though, has his sights trained on the kitchen, and that is going to be Snappy falling down. He has the bomb in his possession as well, so he is going to be able to go pretty much wherever he wants and not really have any fear of retribution. But now Modi will be facing off against him towards connector. We'll hear the player pushing up and get the headshot as he comes running out without a care in the world, and Heroic put that round back on the board. A pause set. I'm imagining mousesports are deciding what they want to do. Do they want to force here, or do they want to just keep going?
No, don't buy. I know, I understand they back off of a reset 2 rounds ago, but this shouldn't be a buy. They've got 2,400 coming in next round. A couple of pistols on players like Oscar and Chris J if you want to go for it. Obviously, you want someone who can at least hold on to money for the AWP, so Oscar should be careful with how he invests. But yeah, this should be an eco for mousesports, most certainly. They should not be buying down in this round. It would be a massive mistake to make, because again, the risk-reward is, well, the risk is far greater than the reward, because while they can pick it up, it's so unlikely with the kind of money they have. They can get 2-3 AKs with no utility, and then UMPs and Glils on the others. So just stick with the eco. Again, this is a map that relies heavily on AWPing prowess, and again, with Heroic running the double AWP on the CT side with both Snappy and Yugi, means even more reason why Oscar should be saving to go for that AWP. I imagine they've just gone for the safe buy, and yeah, this is good. So light investment. We have Rops going for a little bit more maybe, but at the end of the day, they can still invest next round.
Quick info bite, you can actually be allergic to peas, but it is with the family of legumes, so peas, beans, lentils, and peanuts. There you go.
My life is complete.
It's similar to a peanut allergy, so you can be, unfortunately. But Yugi certainly isn't allergic to pushing terrorists, as he's just going to shut him down. A lot of shots raining through. One player left standing now for mousesports. It's going to be Oscar with the UMP, and he doesn't really have too much to work with here. Doesn't have any armor, doesn't have any utility, and Heroic have the lead moving forwards.
Oh, catches out Nico. One kill comes in. Yugi knows exactly where he is, so he should be able to trade here. Still playing very, very passive. Doesn't want to get taken down by this UMP, but he spots him. Gets a tag as well as he moves inside of the connector. The flash comes out, and Oscar just holds still. Spots the head. More damage from both ends as well as Yugi hits a shot through the wall. But he can't afford to repeat. Oscar's already low, and leave that job to Snappy, who can clean up the job. mousesports not quite getting anything done with that force buy, but they will be able to put money in here. The issue is, look at players like Rops, for example, right? We saw him buy down to $900, and that's a huge risk, and he's going to have to pay the price there. I'm not sure why he does it. Of course, he can just go for the UMP or the Galil here, but why forfeit it? Why forfeit the AK when he could have it in this round if he just didn't, so greedily invest into the previous?
Well, we'll see if he's able to do that work with the Galil. Doesn't have any utility either, so mousesports going to be sort of bare bones moving into this round. They do have the AWP on Oscar, and a lot of damage being traded back and forth. Finally, Modi able to secure a kill. Nico pushes up the short through the smoke and finds himself one as well. 3 players left for mousesports, all on full HP. They only have 2 smokes and 1 flash, whereas Heroic still have 5 men standing, and S-Tag very, very close to taking the face. That nade should find a little bit of damage. Not too much, actually, only 92, but that does give Chris J some information and allow him to start pushing up. S-Tag still wary of the position, but he's been pushed completely. Chris J in a lovely spot here.
Issue is you have to make a falling sound to get down. There's no other way to get onto this B site other than to make noise, so S-Tag's position is fine right now because Chris J can't get this pick unless S-Tag overfaces. Just waiting for the right time to strike, waiting for S-Tag to rotate into his position, and he'll do exactly that. Chris J snaps to the head, but it's a short split that will get dismounted as Nico shuts down one, drops that AWP of Oscar, and this makes things slightly more difficult. Yugi throws another spanner in the works and leaves just Stiko left to clutch. A 1v4, and while the AWP shot misses as it starts its way up short, Stiko on the site isn't going to be able to connect his own shot. So it's Heroic with a clean retake, 5 rounds now on the CT side. They've been keeping players alive, and that's the most important part, because while they've been picking up rounds, if they're very close, all it means is mousesports need to pick up one, and then suddenly Heroic are an eco. But no, they built up cash. You can see we've got 7k on a couple of players, 5k on all the others. Heroic looking good right now, and despite the scoreline, most of these rounds from mousesports were early on into the game. The last few in a row have been from Heroic, so they've been kind of leading the last few rounds, and mousesports buying up. Risky, no utility.
Oscar bringing that scout, so he's really relying on hitting those headshots, and that shot from Snappy is just going to shut that straight down. He was exactly in the right place with his crosshairs, but it just didn't go his way. Chris J is able to trade it back, but once more they're brought back to the man deficit. Heroic playing that 4-man standard yet again. mousesports with 3 players. They do have a foothold in Palace, but it's not really going to do much given that you have 2 players holding, 1 CT, 1 from Connector as well, and a very fast rotate available from the player from short. They need to execute. They don't really have too much utility to work with, only that smoke and stick. Stiko's going to throw that one over. It's going to block off the CT position. Now they have to push in, contend with Nico in Connector. And Heroic, not too sure that they're fully committing, but here come the terrorists. They are going to start to push on, and the gunshots should give it away.
Yeah, Chris J bounding out like a rabbit onto the site, but he doesn't clear Connector, and that's a massive mistake because Nico can just backstab these players as they go for the open plant. He does exactly that. Chris J unable to trade as he falls back to the safety of the Connector, and S-Tag walking into his own death, but now Chris J's position given away, and he knows it. He's going to chase for more, and he gets it. Nico down and out, and now a double up on the retake. Heroic definitely not favored all of a sudden. A 4v2 has gone away. As Rops holds from the site, he just needs to wait for Snappy to round the corner, and he will. Swapped out, but he's dead. And Chris J, he knows. He can hear that last player pushing in. Smoke may be down, but it won't help Yugi win the round as he gets closer and closer with the CZ. And Chris J, what a massive round. 4 kills. That push up towards jungle was great.
Absolutely crucial there. They were able to shut down the player with the unaware fact that they had a player pushed all the way up there, so he turned the corner, he wasn't peeking the right angle. Fair enough, they didn't have the info, so not really expecting him to. And yeah, look at Heroic's money. They are now on their last possible buy round. If mousesports take this one home, they're looking to extend their lead into a very, very, very poor scoreline.
And not only that, they'll find 8 rounds and then force Heroic to eco, so 9-6, 10-5 is so possible right now for mousesports on this T side, which is massive. Even 7 rounds is good enough, but again, we saw by these guys' first half over on Nuke that they're not happy with 7 rounds. They like 13 as a preference, and Oscar going to be kicking things off. Drops the AWP of Yugi. Still Heroic, maintains strong mid control, but with 2 players looking underpass, there seems to be some communication errors. Both Nico and Snappy there, but now Nico focuses back towards the top of middle, exactly where mousesports don't pressure as they move players outside of the A site. Smoke's getting ready to set up and fly on over, and with no secondary AWP, it's all down to the rifles here for Heroic. Modi in towards the CT spawn, and Heroic just having to play that double connector rotation as their players are pushed up on middle, sorry. Ooh. And utility from mousesports going to rain on over. Modi in a tough position to make things happen.
Execute not come through yet, but the utility has been dropped by mousesports. The flash over towards that connector position. They haven't smoked off CT just yet. They're waiting to take control of the site before they go for that. But Chris J, you're planting, and there's no smoke covering you. They can see you through the gap. What is going on? You need to have more cover than that. But they get the frag, but the bomb goes down and they do get it planted. So mousesports with the advantage on the hold, they can fall back. They don't need that utility anymore. And with Heroic without anything, Styko is able to just come in straight from the back lines, and now it's just Estag with a backstab of his own, coming up from ramp all the way from T-spawn, pushing up, waiting to find that terrorist angle, but they are being watched, and he's just going to save.
The thing is with that plant as well, while it's insanely risky from Chris J to plant without a CT smoke, and obviously the jungle smoke wasn't perfect as well, the cross from connector. The reason that plant's so good is because not only do you have Stiko coming in from the flank, but you also have ramp control. If you go for that default plant, the only player that can actually do anything is Rops, because he's up in Palace. Default plant and Tetris after plants is a recipe for disaster, especially if Heroic have CT control, which they did have in the form of Modi. Say he gets in and gets a couple of kills, he can just jump on the bomb, and only Rops is there to stop him. He's dead from the players pushing in through connector, and then the round's lost from mousesports. So it's a massive risk from Chris J, but it makes sense with the flank coming in from Stiko. Allows that potential for him to hold off the post plant with the flank coming out. Either way, second last round of the half, and that's mousesports picking it up, and as you say, shutting down the economy of Heroic. We now have the force buyout. They're trying to keep themselves in this one, but mousesports are so close to this 10-5 half.
They were able to pick up the AWP from mid that Yugi dropped really early on into the round after the pick from Oscar. So they do have a little bit of strength there, but they're really going to be up against it. Chris J opens it up. The UMP is going to find the headshot. That AWP, though, chiming in. Very, very
Look at Chris J. Look at Chris J.
Doesn't get taken. Oh my goodness.
He's
he
just
doesn't manage to get the spray.
He's just doing it again. Chris J literally got an entry, ran into the site, didn't kill anyone else, and just goes to the plant. He gets off it, but then he goes for it again. This man loves his open plants, and of course, mousesports have mid control, so it makes sense. Like this completely makes sense, but that was a ballsy plant for Chris J to make. One entry and an open bomb plant. They don't know that anyone's playing close. We had Modi up on the balcony. It's just such a it's a silly decision, but hell, it's working out. So what can I even say at this point? 9-5. Heroic, that force in the previous round around the AWP netted them nothing. And now we have mousesports on the edge, teetering of double digits. Heroic with 2 UMPs, 3 pistols. What can you even say? They've got a 4-man A-stack. The area of the map mousesports have been handling so well this half, but now as soon as that happens, they just set up outside of B.
Good call, good read. Fantastic play coming out from mousesports. They're looking to bring that double digits home. Only Estag waiting in apartments to, well, let them in, probably. If they go for the peak, they're just going to be able to go and house sit for a while. Don't think I'd want to pay for those apartments, to be honest, given the amount of fighting that goes on near them. But Heroic are going to pay the price for giving them over anyway. As mousesports take the lead in towards the end of this first half. They get the pick early on into connector, and that's going to open up the short side of the map, looking at B, but no, they're focused on A still. They want to go for this A site, challenge those 3 players who are going to be sat there. Sunny is so close to 2, and he has no idea.
Oh, Nico. So close to walking through the smoke, but he reconsiders. He sits towards jungle. In the corner, he gets spotted, and Sunny removes his face. Again, another kill the way of mousesports. The only issue right now is the position of Snappy. He's pushed all the way up in Palace, so if they go for a default plant, he can stop it. But if they keep doing that open plant that Chris J's been doing every single round, there's not much he can do about it. Comes in, sprays, prays, and completely whiffs. It's Sunny to find the kill somehow, and S-Tag falls as well on short. mousesports, a very dominant first half on that T side. 10 rounds. Well, we've seen Heroic attempt to come back previously on Nuke. Can they do it again? The question will be answered after this break. We are back, second half, and the pistol round underway. Full armor for mousesports, as they always do on that CT side. And Heroic, a fast 8-8 going to be coming in. Smokes rain over, and these Danes charging into the bomb site.
First frag goes over to Mouse, and they find a second and a third to boot. Rops is landing those headshots, and that's exactly what you need to do. 2 players now left alive for Heroic, and they have their hopes dashed on the rocks in Mirage. Chris J now holding that CT face. 1 frag did come back over onto Oscar, but they still have their work cut out for them. The bomb is still all the way back to ramp. Modi finds another onto Sunny, so that is now only a 1-man advantage, and the damage done onto Rops means that they could get the frag, and they do. So now back into the 2v2. Heroic somehow recoup their losses, but look on the site, look who's there. Chris J, but he gets shot down, and now it's a 1 versus 2, and Heroic, 2 players is all they need. Sticko, though, is last man standing for mousesports, and he's going to land the headshot. He needs 1 more, and he needs to find the kill onto Modi, but Modi has the round of a lifetime, brings the ace home, and Heroic are going to be really pleased with that one, bringing that to 6-10.
What a complete overface from mousesports. They get themselves a 5v2 at the start of the round, and then for some reason continue to fight. Should be waiting for Heroic to get that bomb down, go for the retake together as a team, and you can't lose that. But no, they continue to take these 1v1s, and that's what happens. Now, Heroic buying up, and considering they're only on 6 rounds so far, they go for a very risky buy, a solo AK and 4 SMGs. Luckily for them, mousesports don't put a huge amount into this round. I mean, Stiko's barely bored up. We have a double scout over on the CT side as well. So And just see Heroic just charge out. These SMGs should be good into this round, to be honest. This shouldn't be a CT win with the equipment they have. But again, we've seen crazier things. Oscar starts things off with the Scout, and he's got the bomb under control as well, with support coming in from CT Spawn. There's two players here, Sunny and Oscar, still with the bomb under their hands. Nate does damage, but Oscar hasn't let go of this angle. Finally going to be flashed out of position. They know both players are here as well. They should do. Oscar more damage, tags down, and all these players susceptible now to a single bullet from both the Scout and the Deagle, apart from Snappy.
Watch your back, Sonny, because there is a player pushing in. He should be able to spot up the player under the balcony, but doesn't land his shots. You need to hit that, and Snappy just comes in to clean it up from the back. Heroic put 7 rounds on the board, and now they're looking a little bit better on this T side here on Mirage. mousesports obviously had that really strong start into the half. 10-5 is a very good scoreline on T side, so Heroic still have their work cut out for them. And of course, winning the pistol round gives you entry into that first 3 sort of by default, so it's not too surprising to see Heroic picking these ones up, but mousesports do need to be able to limit the damage that Heroic can do, especially given the comeback ability that we saw from Heroic on Nuke.
Exactly right. It's definitely a possibility here, so mousesports can't get too confident, because they did over in the previous map, and that almost came to overtime. I think it was 16-12 at one point. Oscar shut down on A. These SMGs are wreaking havoc from the side of Heroic as Snappy looks to split through the connector. Gonna go down, so a UMP handed over to mousesports, but it's not exactly a saving grace. Yugi another kill, more money made with a Mac-10. And Heroic looking to be the bankers as they build up a huge amount of cash going into the 3rd round of the half. They are going to be swimming in it as they go for the bye next round. I'd be interested to see if they play the bonus round, because when you're down in terms of scoreline, you don't typically play bonus. And Sunny, well, he shuts down Yugi, so yeah, this bonus round isn't even going to come in because even if S-Tag holds on to this SMG, everyone else is going to be able to buy up regardless around it. So we'll have 4 AKs and the UMP, and that should be absolutely fine. Maybe even the AWP, as Yugi's made a lot of cash off of that Mac-10 in the 2 rounds he ran it, so we could see it just straight into the first buy. And a pause called out. I mean, it could be either team. It could
I think
be
it's Heroic here.
Yeah, it could be either. Doesn't really matter.
Oh,
again.
no, more likely mousesports. We'll find out, I'm sure.
I mean, to be honest, it could just be mousesports trying to slow down the pace and cut off Heroic before they get the ball rolling on this second half, or it could just be Heroic going, okay, what are we doing for our first buy, because this is important.
Well, exactly, and it's important for mousesports as well, because as I said, those first 3 rounds are sort of the default buffer that you have once you win the pistol round. Now into round number 4, mousesports need to think about how they're going to lay their plans, how they're going to try and exploit this rifle round, because you've got these players on Heroic who are really starting to push in. Oh, okay, so it's a technical pause. It's neither a technical...
Well, both teams can benefit from it, so...
Exactly. mousesports, they do have the strength that we've seen before, and they are able to close out these advantages, just like we saw in Nuke. They took it to 15 and all the way back to 14, but did win in the end. Heroic have the ability to come back into this, but mousesports do want to close this one out into a 2-0 win, especially over a team like Heroic. Given that they're at the bottom of the table for mousesports, they want to be pushing up and they want to be getting those wins on the board.
Yeah, very, very important. Every match counts here. We're getting into the last couple of weeks of Pro League. And mousesports, they've got to start things off with a bang here coming into the bye. It's Modi fast in towards the B apartment. Stiko already flashed back towards bench, but they'll know this. They know he's in this position, and they don't check it though. They run past, and he gets one. Modi there to trade, however, and Oscar's still there with the AWP, but Modi, a double entry. Great performance so far for Heroic, going to open the bomb side up, and now leaving CTs to retake with no kit in sight. mousesports fighting up against a disadvantage. We've still got 2 Molotovs and a smoke grenade left on Heroic. This is perfect for holding out the post plant. Realistically, they can just recycle this until mousesports run out of time, and I think they know this. Yeah, they're just going to fall on back. They can go for a buy next round. They won't have a huge amount of cash to play with, but 2,900 coming in on the loss bonus. Chuck over some guns from Sunny and Rops, and then we have a buy from mousesports again.
And saving that AWP is pretty crucial to that strategy. Having that power means that they can just buy up. Even if they have 2 UMPs, I mean, that's fine. You can play close angles on B site and you can play close angles on A site. You can split that across, so you can get the utility in there as well, but only if you have that AWP, because you would need to buy that up in order to be able to hold down that mid length and just try and provide that solid line of defense that you need to do on a full rifle round.
Well, let's see how they decide to spend their pocket money. That's Heroic. Very close to bringing this back to even Stevens. 9-10 here on this T side. This game's still close. Oh, mousesports. No, what's Chris J doing? He's left his gun in spawn.
There's
a FAMAS in spawn, Chris. No. Hate to see it. I'm not sure if that's still there, but I think it is.
It definitely was.
Yeah, unfortunate. Either way, bit of wasted money. Let's see if they can win the round, and it won't even matter. Oscar in middle. He's in that connector there, fast into mid. They're going to just burst onto him. There's nothing he can do. Spray through the smoke. How have they not killed him? There's 2 guys here, and Oscar gets away scot-free.
He is so lucky to be able to get out of that one. Really chuffed and is able to fade away with the AWP as well. There is now 2 players, though, that are holding connector. He hasn't got vision in there, and that smoke really did save his life. He was able to jump back and just in time, just in the nick of time, able to fade away and just hold on to that. Now, he's going to see Chris J holding face as Snappy looks to potentially boost up into the window room. A very thin angle being held, and the headshot needs to come through because remember, he does have that scout on Chris J. It's not going to be easy to hit that shot, but he's going to try nonetheless. They're going to try and stunt the aggression, but Yugi opens it up.
Sunny close in the smoke as well. They won't expect his position. He strikes, takes one, needs to follow up because his team are dying. But actually, as I say that, Rops finds another kill. Traded back quickly, and again, trades everywhere here apparently. Snappy gets tagged, and he's down to 28 as Chris J, now alone, 20 HP himself, only the scout to work with. They know exactly where he is. They know he could drop into middle, and they'll hear the footsteps as well. As he comes back in, 28 seconds left on the clock. The plant should be coming in here for Heroic, and they will do so. It's planted perfectly for the ramp player, as you can just hold on to that with the AWP. Chris J starts to sneak on in. I don't think he realizes that Yugi's down ramp, and the other player obviously still sat on default. He's not even going to upgrade. Doesn't want to make the drop noise and give away his position. I don't think Yugi spotted him. Oh my god, he's getting so close. He's getting so close to taking down Yugi. He's not expecting this, but he has a CZ and he'll hit the shot. So this player on the site, Snappy, doesn't really need to do anything. And it's Heroic to find 10 rounds on this T side.
Finally bringing that scoreline back even after a dominant showing for mousesports. Yet again, it's the story of this matchup. mousesports have a really good half, but then they just let it slip, and Heroic find the cracks that they need. Again, now this full buy coming in, and once more, Chris J is just going to buy up the scout. I don't know why he keeps doing this.
Chris J is known for the scout. He is the OG scouter. There with MBK, one of the few players to still use it. You don't see it much in competitive play anymore after they nerfed the jumping scout.
Oh, look at this push up mid. Sunny's going to get the frag, but it is traded back, so potentially not too strong in terms of the favorability of that trade. Oscar's trade, however, is going to go quite well. So they now are even. Styko, though, playing very, very close against 2, is going to be able to fade away back towards the truck position. Gets the double spray down with the headshot as well. That's the bomb dropped, and now it's just Nico left. Heroic are looking at finishing their win streak here as mousesports trying to claim a round here on the CT side.
Yeah, they're first out of the 6 they have played, potentially, if Nico goes down here. But we'll see. We still have Rops stuck in the CT spawn, which is a surprise considering the bomb is down in favor of Heroic, but he's just trying to catch off this rotation. Can watch their back, doesn't allow for the flank. As Oscar holds on to short, we've got Styko just jump spotting for the apartments, again making sure he can't take control of this bomb as Nico starts to sneak up. He's going to be taking his time on this one. Wants to see if he can catch out a player who's not going to be expecting his peak, but Styko close. He's just below him, and Oscar's there. He's going to get it first. mousesports 11 rounds, so they finally get their first CT round on the board. But again, with Heroic on a 5-round streak prior to that, now going to have the cash to get a reset. So this is exactly where mousesports need to double down. If they lose this round, Heroic are suddenly back in with a nice streak.
You need to put the money in where it matters, mousesports. Even if it's going to leave you relatively low, you do need to have that utility. And the double AWP setup, Chris J finally not having the scout. So he is just going to be able to get those one-shot body shots that he was lacking before. Heroic angling towards the B site a little bit. They have got 3 players sort of around that side of the map and 2 players just watching for any aggression coming out from mousesports, but it isn't to come. They know better than that. They know that they don't want to play it just quite that fast and loose. Oscar, though, certainly is in mid, and he could be giving away quite a lot of information, but luckily for him, Heroic just not playing up in there and not trying to take mid control.
Yeah, knowing the importance of this round, no one wants to be that man to give away the advantage. As Heroic take it slow, they'll group back up towards EA site, ready to set smokes over, that of which they have a plentiful amount. And mousesports, a couple of Molotovs left to delay this push as the smokes start to rain over, but these smokes will last a little bit longer than the mollies. as they'll go over all at the same time. Heroic looking to commit. Sunny not in a position where he can get a lot done here. He's actually smoked off. This could be good for him, but the Molotov forces him out to the edge of the smoke. They haven't spotted him yet. And talking about having spotted, Oscar's still in the smoke. Somehow he's alive. How has no one killed him here? He's just sitting in connector. Finally will strike. Rops as well in the smoke, and it's just a complete... I have no idea what's going on. mousesports.
mousesports are on the retake now. The bomb has been planted on A site. Oscar was able to get the frag through the smoke, but he just got traded back. So now it's Yugi. Oh, he's on the backstab. But I think Sticko did hear that scope, and Chris J finds one on the A site. Now it's just Estag on that A site to hold, and the no-scope doesn't land, so now it's just that one player. He is in Palace, though, and he's going for the spray, but Chris J flicks up from the defuse, able to close it down, and mousesports bring it back. That could have been disastrous, but they're able to hang on.
Yeah, very close. If Chris J didn't hit that shot there and he actually got taken down, the last player, Sticko, is too late on the rotation to get anything done anyway, so he might not have even been able to win that round. Good stuff there from Yugi to get on the flank, but the unfortunate zoom in onto Sticko is heard. And yeah, mousesports are going to pick it up, so there we go, 2 in a row now. Wrapping together these rounds, but Heroic's bomb plant going to allow themselves to put in money, and here's where we might see a bit of a fast B strat. No AWP allows for this kind of madness, and the UMP as well up on Yugi as he goes in with the troops up towards B. Their footsteps are heard on short, and that's just due to Sunny's aggressive positioning. With 3 players now on B, mousesports poised perfectly for the fast play. Chris J just holds from the market with the AWP, 1 of 2, and Sticko spots for the information. As soon as he sees him, he can just drop in that smoke and fall back passively. And again, Sunny has a quick rotation. mousesports are poised perfectly to play counter B. They've got the retake set up on A as well, so this is going to be easy for the CT side.
1 pick already. Chris J opens up the shooting, and it is going to be the refrag coming through as they drop down, but there's a lot of players rotating in now for this hold. They are just picking them off, though, as they start to appear. Heroic have control of this bomb site now. They're looking for the plant, playing default, playing the plant for apps. Oscar holding in kitchen. Was he shooting there?
Because no, Chris J. There's 2 AWPers
okay,
on the retake,
okay,
which is so difficult now, right? mousesports, I don't even know if they can go for this. This should have been their round with the setup. They had 3 players on B. They had barely anyone on A, allowing for quick rotations, and still Heroic get in and get the entries despite not having, incredible weaponry by any means. Only 4 AKs, no AWP. They just charge on in. Damage done. Chris J going to continue to push, and that Molotov forces out Yugi. They know he's there, but they can't go for it. So while we may have Heroic losing some players here to the bomb as they try and get away, it's mousesports to give up a round where, realistically, with the setup they had, they should have never have lost.
Ooh. Nico just holding onto that rifle, but they did lose Yugi. And I believe he had an AWP. Did he? No? Oh, they just had rifles.
He had,
okay,
he had a UMP at the start of the round, but he was playing AK. He picked it up.
Okay, so yeah, they didn't lose the AWP. They are going to be able to full buy those AKs. A little bit of a lack of utility on Estag, but it's not really going to be too much of a bother as he does have that sort of crucial smoke. Meanwhile, mousesports. Stucker doesn't have a gun. Not too sure about that one, but
no money.
No, yeah, well, no money. Well, that's the obvious explanation. But they do have enough to essentially put Sticko close on A site potentially, or by the looks of it, actually, I'm not too sure where he is, but
he's on B pushing apartments.
Okay, so he is going to be playing those close angles, which means that he's sort of discounted that, but the A site setup is coming through.
And with this push from Sticko as well, with the information he gains from going deep in the apartments, we can instantly see that now the CT set up for a potential A take, because they have no info on middle. There's nothing there. They see nothing from Chris J, and the AWPer the AWPer who usually plays middle, that's Oscar. He's actually rotated now towards the A bomb site, towards CT spawn. So Heroic going for this push. mousesports again set up for it, but we said that on B last round and it fell apart, as it happens exactly the same again. Triple setup on A and they lose all 3 players.
AWP from CT though, and Sticko only with that 5-7 has the armor as well. Exit frags seem to be on the cards. That's pretty much what you go for when you're mousesports in this situation. They're leaving the scoreline to go 12-12, once again even for Heroic, and they're just going tit for tat here. Snappy though could find a lot, but Oscar jumps through and lands it, squats down and pops the shirt off. Snappy falls, and that is the only exit frag I imagine they're going to be able to find. It's not too devastating that they lost the 5-7 and the armor. Obviously not very much money, but now they know where Oscar is. They can go on the hunt, and Heroic should have quite a bit of money, I believe. Well, actually, no. I think they had to... Did they have to buy up? I'm not...
They have a fair bit. They saved 2 players from the previous round, so...
Not good at remembering the money.
No, not the best. It's fine. I can do that.
Yeah, that's your job.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that my job now? I see. I'm your money boy. Well,
I don't know if I like that.
I was about to make a pretty crude joke. I'll leave that out. Tactical pause on mouse
I'm sure we can all
sports.
imagine what it was.
You definitely don't need to imagine. Tactical pause on mouse sports here.
No.
They take a second. There's obviously the money on them. If you didn't know, isn't very good now. 2 rounds in a row for Heroic. So mousesports going for that buy in the previous round, having no effect with it, and at least saving onto the AWP of Oscar. They can't even buy around it because the loss bonus is yet to build. Heroic, I mean, they're poised perfectly to take this map now. They're in a really good situation. We're going to have the buy come down from mousesports and actually getting a little bit more than I would expect, but a scout on Chris J, a pistol on Stiko, not the best utility and only 1 kit. Yeah, I mean, this is what you kind of expect. This isn't a good buy from mousesports, but it's their attempt to keep this one close. They don't want Heroic to start running away with rounds and then mousesports to just be left behind.
The setup is going to be very important. As you say, if they shut down Heroic here, they do have another round to sort of play with, but again, they're just leaving Stoko on that 5-7. And Chris J once more on that scout, looking for those headshots, trying to hold down this A site, and it's really going to be running to a bit of hot water here as mousesports are stacked up on this A site. They have players playing close, but Robs gets shut down. Now it's just Stiko playing up close, and he's playing on top of the ladder, waiting for Estag to push through. He knows he's coming through, has to land the headshot, and does, but doesn't pick up the gun. He pushes down onto the bomb site. The bomb gets planted, and he just gets shut down as well. Oscar once more, last man standing with the AWP, and they're just going to have to save it.
Yeah, save. He shouldn't be pushing in for this one. Just holding for exits in the meantime, but Heroic have built up such a plethora of cash that there's no reason mousesports should be chasing. I think Oscar knows this. He's just sitting in this position. He's gone this far. There's no reason to back off through T-spawn because he could get caught out from Yugi, who's flanking mid. Obviously, Modi pushing up ramp at the same time, so doesn't want to get caught out in the middle and stuck between these 2 players. So he just sits in the palace. No one's going to be exiting here either. Should be around for Heroic, and 13-12. I mean, this comeback has worked its wonders for the Danes. Take into account they had 5 rounds on their CT side. mousesports with a very dominant first half, but that is not showing on the CT side. This is, again, pretty much the same as Nuke, but even more favorable for Heroic.
Yeah, 10-5, not as favorable for mousesports, and Heroic obviously reading into that, saying, do you know what, we did this before, let's just do it again. Let's take these kills back, and
on T side as well.
Yeah, exactly, on Mirage, and it's just nonsensical, and mousesports are letting it slip. Heroic really putting in the work now. Yugi back on the AWP, and Oscar saving that AWP from the last round is the only player with a kit. They stack up 3 players on towards the B site, only leaving 2 A. Relatively unusual, but normal on this sort of an eco, especially if they're expecting it to go for the push, but mid seems to be the focus, so B could be on the cards, and they could be running into a little bit of a little spot of bother.
Yeah, the only issue is if Heroic focus towards Connector and put their sights there and spot no one on A, they might just decide to go back towards that A bomb site. Nades in. mousesports with that fast rotation through the T-spawn, they've already found their way, but Modi's getting burnt. Fast up short will be Estag, and Snappy already dropping Sunny, but the USP having no effect. Chris J 1 kill, and that'll be it. Snappy dead, and mousesports again looking to save. How many rounds in a row has Oscar saved if you include this one? Assuming he gets away with his gun, which he should. Can we have a look at how many rounds this has been in a row? I think it's been 3 from Oscar. Yeah, 3 in a row. Make this a 4th. He's now saved this AWP.
He hasn't died in a while, but he hasn't been putting the kills up either.
Mean, it's not even his fault though. He's just always on the wrong side of the map, and I feel like Heroic are doing a great job of avoiding him. If they walk into a bomb site with Oscar on a AWP, that's very dangerous, you know. And Heroic have got to be careful of that. But no, of course, walking into every opposite site to Oscar, apart from once when they walked into A, smoked him off in CT, and left him rendered useless in the 1v3. Yeah, so Heroic have been doing a really good job at that at least. And Oscar, another round with the AWP, he brings it home. He takes it back to his family. They give it a nice pet, and then he'll send it off to the battlefield again.
Is it even his AWP?
I don't even know.
At this point,
it's his AWP now. He's had it for 4 rounds. It's definitely
exactly. He's adopted it.
He's taken ownership.
Even if it isn't his, I'm not too sure. It could be his skin. He could have stolen it. It could have been picked up from an enemy.
Oh,
yeah, it is his. It is his.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's the knife. Oh yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. We'll leave it as a little mystery.
Despite 4 saves in a row, he's on 24 and 14. He's having a very good game. This is a modern
saving grace.
I'm waiting for him to pull out the AWP just to see. Come on, Oscar. Come on, someone message him on Steam. There we go, it is his. So really taking ownership to the next level. This time close on ramp. He doesn't want to play passive, and I like this. Passive hasn't been working. Heroica picked up the last 4 rounds in a row. So mousesports actually sending Oscar in aggressively with the support as well from Rops is good, because it means potentially he can get this pick, and they can just fall back with a man advantage.
They have the backup that they need. 2 players playing up close, and the player in connector means that they have that safety net to fall back to if the aggression comes in and it's not going to go well. It all depends whether they're going to go for the push, and they just do not. They're going to hear S-Tag, though, starting to come up through Palace, and they're going to call that one out. But now Stiko is left alone on this B bomb site, and he just gets fracked down by Modi. And that is going to allow them to just completely wave all over. And mousesports, they're on the back foot now. They could go for this retake, but Snappy's in the mid. Rops and Chris J, though, chime in. So now 3 players. This is doable. The bomb hasn't been planted. Modi is going to turn the corner. The bomb finally does get planted. They even the scorelines on the numbers, and now it's just Rops has that AK to save. And Heroic looking to put themselves at 15-12. 2 rounds on CT side Mirage for mousesports so far. That is devastating. Looking at coming across, what is that? That's going to be 10 rounds so far for Heroic. They're going to be looking to put 11 on the board on a CT side, against a CT side on Mirage. That's absolutely insane, especially for Heroic coming into this against mousesports.
Yeah, considering they picked up the previous map as well, which was Nuke, one that Heroic do love to play. I'm impressed that them to actually have the resilience to find 15 here. And honestly, this is looking very good. They may be able to just close it out here with the situation in mousesports again, just save after save after save. Money's okay, AWP up for Oscar. Other players may struggle, but he has the money to drop a gun over, so he's going to do exactly that. Famas M4, etc. He's just throwing, everyone just swapping guns right now. So the buy will be good here for mousesports, but again, they've had good buys, you know, the last 3-4 rounds, and it hasn't made a difference. They've not even got close to winning these ones. They got fairly close in the last one. They took a 4v3, but then the post plants were perfect on B. Yugi with a double kill with the AWP. We saw Modi push up, obviously, into the market to get that AWP kill as well onto Oscar. It's just been perfect for Heroic, and they have been, you know, you got to commend them. They have been great on this T side so far. Super strong, and mousesports letting it slip a little bit. They stacked up 4 players towards the B side of the map, and really Heroic aren't really focusing on that, and they tend to go early and focus on this A site and then rotate away to B if they're going to do it. So an early stack from mousesports, not sure how I feel about that, but fortunately for them, Heroic didn't push in early. They are going to wait, and they are just going to drop that utility as Sunny gets the first frag for mousesports. Finally, something starting off positively here for the CT side, but will it continue as Heroic barrage 4 players up towards this A bomb site? The assailant over A is going to be coming in very shortly, but Oscar looking to deny them. Takes down Modi with the AWP. Still a trade from Nico, but mousesports have the man advantage up. And Nico with a close range weapon doesn't need to overface here. He just needs to hold on. Luckily for mousesports, Chris J's on the hot rotation, and he'll be able to pick up these exits. 1 kill, Stiko supports from triple, and mousesports, they finally get around after a bit of a hiatus. They'll pick up 13, keeping this game close, but Heroic still in the driving seat. Certainly are, but if they do lose this round, they will be relatively low on cash. They may not be. They probably will actually be able to fall by. I mean, they've got a lot of cash over there on Nico. No warp, but they will be able to unless Nico literally doesn't drop AKs, which I wouldn't like that idea at all. Although Yugi has been doing very well, so we'll see. We'll see what the money's like. Maybe they'll win here. Who knows? Sunny, aggression in middle, and Snappy just chasing him down. Heroic have already found the pick. That's all you need, and when you're mousesports, doing something like that, super risky, this late into the game where obviously any slip up gives the round away and gives the game away. So I'm not too sure that they were playing that really there with Sunny just going for that aggression, but Chris J finds an aggressive peak of his own, and Nico does pay the price, just showing his legs, and that's going to be enough. And that push from Chris J as well clears out the entirety of the B apartments, hence he went underpass. So look at mousesports' rotation. They pull Stiko up into the window room, they pull Oscar actually back up into the A bomb site through CT spawn. They have a full A setup right now, and Heroic should know this just off the back of that push from Chris J. They should be focusing on B, and right now it looks like they are. Snappy's wormed his way up towards the ladder room. Yugi's trying to take B-App's control again, but he knows because Chris J was aggressive and underpass earlier that mousesports could have control. So they slow things down on Heroic's side, but they're definitely looking to hit B here, and that is the right choice to make. If they don't do, if they go for this, sorry, if mousesports don't realize this soon, then this could be a terrible round to lose, because Heroic are about to send all their players into just Chris J.
Well, it's Chris J, though, so...
Oh, what was that?
Well, yeah, okay, so it's not just Chris J. He's just going to get taken down straight away. Stico is just going to hold from that kitchen position, not able to stop the plant, does get zoned out. Two of his teammates need to come through, but the flanks are getting monitored. Oscar finds one, but it's not going to be quite enough. Yugi now on the site looking for the peak, does land the shot. Now it's just Stico, and he's looking to close us down. mousesports with one chance left to close this map out and bring them to overtime, but Modi says no. Heroic take the map, 16 rounds on the board against such a dominant T side from both of these teams, and it's just unbelievable. Heroic have such a good performance here.
Yeah, we came into this matchup saying it would be a close game, but for a split map series after seeing mousesports just dominate on that first one on Nuke, I was impressed to see Heroic bring things back. Obviously 16-12 for Mouse on Nuke, 16-13 for Heroic on Mirage, swapping maps, but hey, a win is a win, and both these teams will take one on the board. Just, yeah, really good Counter-Strike. I really like the way Heroic played their T side. They had some lovely executes, they had some lovely fakes, and well, not fakes, but flanks at least, and splits onto sites. Obviously, I feel like mousesports should have probably taken that map, especially considering they went into the second half, you know, with 10 rounds, moving over to CT. But regardless, you can't take it away from Heroic in that one. They played out of their mind. And yeah, just great performance from Oscar on mousesports, great performance from Yugi and Modi especially. And I've got to say, Modi was the man of the match there for me. He was constantly opening up that B side. The amount of impact he had on the T side was instrumental in them pulling back that matchup. So yeah, man of the match, Modi for me.
I would agree. I think he was absolutely phenomenal, pushing into the site, as you said, and those opening frags so crucial on that T side, which is exactly where they needed him to come up big, and he did. He did just that. Unfortunately, mousesports weren't able to hold against it, and they paid the price. They took the loss on that round, which we did not expect.
Yeah. Well, a great match regardless, but before we head off for the night, just one more shout out, obviously. This is the ESCA. If you aren't aware, ESCA run the Mountain Dew League, which is the league right below Pro League that you're watching now, obviously here on YouTube. So obviously the teams just below that level trying to get promoted up into Pro League for the next season will be competing there. So you can check out ESCA and Mountain Dew League specifically to see the broadcasts over there and watch these teams trying to make their way up into Pro League for next season. There's lots of young talents, lots of cool rosters, obviously, and you know, some major winners in there as well. We've even got Gambit and VP who dropped, well, not major winners, but who dropped down from Pro League last season. So again, I think that's it from us tonight. That's it from us this week. We sadly have to end on a Friday. Our Sunday broadcast has been cancelled, but I think there's going to be some more mainstream Pro League over the next couple of days, maybe.
There is, yes.
Okay,
I believe
okay.
so.
All right, cool. Oh, okay, so A stream's still going ahead on Sunday. Yeah. All right, well, either way, that's all from us tonight. That's all from us this week, and you will see us again, maybe, in the future. Who knows? We definitely don't. I have no idea. So I hope you have enjoyed the casting. I hope you have enjoyed the Counter-Strike. It's been a lot of fun being here. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I've had a brilliant time. This is my first entry onto the Pro League, and I have to say I've had a whale of a time. It's been great casting with you.
You too.
We've had a good run.
We have
had a good run. Some weird games, some weird matches, and some weird maps, and some definitely weird Counter-Strike.
And a lot of LDLC as well. Yes. A lot of timeouts. But we're going to be going for a timeout now. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you soon.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.